Alright, how's it going, everybody? Hey, I got a nice surprise today. I got a new toolbox, and it came today, and I got it decked. Now, the story behind this is pretty short, so I'll explain it. I got a Warner Co. Basically, Warner Co. owns Weather Guard, and I got one of those toolboxes. It was like $500 from Home Depot, and I had several issues with it. It was a decent box. I had several issues with it, and then I had some welds break on the hinge, and I'll show you that in a second. But basically, I called them. I tried to weld it back together, and that was my mistake. Is I shouldn't have touched it. I should have just called them. But you know, when it pops open and you're on the highway and you're not hitting any bumps, that's a problem, right? I got $2,000 worth of tools in there, and that's not cool. So anyways, I tried to weld it and it didn't work out. It's aluminum, so I should have known that from the beginning, but I didn't, so I'm not a welder. And the welds didn't take. So I called them and they said, you touched it, you tried to repair it, we're not covering it. And the picture showed basically exactly what I did. It's not rocket science, so bummer. So I told him, I said, look, if you're not gonna help me out, knowing that I was just trying to fix it in the meantime while I saw if it was under warranty, or if they would have said, yeah, okay, we'll cover it this one time, but you know, we can only give you this X amount of discount, or hey, your warranty is expired. Didn't even go through any of the research, the manager came on the phone, basically told the other lady on the phone, and was like, he welded it, we're not covering that. I said, I get it, okay? My bad. But you know what? People try to do things, good guys try to do good things sometimes to fix their stuff, to make it last a little longer. I knew, and mine was, I was 99% sure it was still under warranty until I voided it. And so I told him, I said, look, if you're not gonna stand behind your products because your hinges are terribly welded, probably in China, hey, by a robot, I'm sorry. You know, there's the whole hinge it's got 8 welds on it, and you're expecting to open and close that thousands of times and have that last. I'm sorry, if you're not gonna stand behind your product, I'm gonna spend more money, I'm gonna get USA made, and I'm never gonna buy a Warner Co. product again. You've lost a customer for life. So I know that's kind of an a-hole move, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? If you're gonna charge me $500 for $100 worth of metal and some hinges and some rods for the key opener system, at least stand behind it. Stand behind your products, right? So I'm a huge proponent of that. If I have a client who calls me and says, hey, this is wrong, or this deck board popped up, or this moved, or whatever, I go back free of charge every time, because I stand behind my work, and that's super important to me. But anyways, rant over. I got it decked. I was skeptical at first because I bought some things on Instagram before, but after going to the website, I realized that they were a legit company, and I called them and talked to them on the phone, and all that. So anyways, out with the old, in with the new, and I got all my tools and crap here. But this thing is awesome. It's heavy duty. It's thick injection molded plastic. They thought of everything. And when I say that, I mean they freaking throw in a nut bar, because the world is a nutty place, right? I mean, is Warner Co. gonna do something like that? No, they're not gonna do that. They don't freaking care. They just want your money. But this company is different. This is different. He has a sign that doesn't have to freaking handwrite a whole letter to everybody. But it's a nice, it's a letter from the general manager. All right, we're probably one of the few guys that started the company. They have this credo, which is cool. It's basically their terms and conditions, but it's funny. It's interesting to read, which is not normal. I open up this D box, and the pins are not in there. And I'm like, what the frick? I'm like, what's going on? Maybe they missed it, I guess, huh? No, they just thought of everything. They said, hey, maybe you don't want the lid on it. So we're gonna take the rods out. And if you don't want the lid on it, you don't have to put the lid on it. Instead of trying to put the rods, take the rods out, it's way easier to put them in. Anybody who's done that before knows that it's a little bit easier to put them in than out. So I mean, like those kind of things, right? The snack tray, there's this little snack tray thing. You have the instructions for every piece. It's dummy proof. There's, this goes in. And it's all molded to fit and everything. And there's screw holes already pre-done. You don't have to drill anything. It's all set up. I mean, they thought of everything. They have for more money, you can spend an extra 80 bucks on this system where you go in the front here and you can install this bar. I think it's right here. But it basically has like D-locks on it, D-rings on it, so you can strap stuff down. And like I didn't have that before, because inevitably what we do is you take up this hole here and the hooks down there. They're gone, you know, they're not really accessible. So I mean, they just thought of it, and I appreciate that. I appreciate they took the extra time in R&D to figure out what bugged people the most about toolboxes and fixed it. You know, they're all over Instagram, they're all over social media sites, and they have, you know, they run it through a car wash, and you know, and like this toolbox after like a year and a half of use, and granted, I did beat it up a little bit, you know, I treated it okay, but I didn't try to destroy it. But like I had snow, you know, inside, and it was getting all my tools wet and stuff, and that was just what I had to live with. Now, granted, there's probably higher trim models of that, but 500 bucks is 500 bucks, and they're not $500 today. They're probably more expensive now. But anyways, so you know, 900 bucks, and I get something that's made in the USA. I get something that's they thought of a lot of different things. They care about their product. They have seals and gaskets everywhere on it. I mean, it's all over the place. They didn't install it, but they had an extra long piece of this gasket you put in there, and it's really easy. But like, I mean, everything is sealed, and I appreciate that. So if you're gonna charge 900 bucks, 1,000 bucks, make it good, and they did. So I'm really impressed. There she is, in all her glory. So it's pretty nice. I like it. We'll see how she lasts, but I think she's gonna last a long time. This big, nice, fat thing. There's a lock for it. Look at the mechanism. It's so. Look at this mechanism. It's so nice. You know, like it's so much of an upgrade versus what I had before.